Good morning and welcome to Revealing the Hidden, where we take a deeper look into Jewish living. Good morning, everyone. Erev Shabbos. We've been thinking about the eyes. We've been thinking about the holy, holy mouth. There's something much deeper than both of them, and that's where all of these things get processed, and that's deep inside. There's the mind, the moach. There's the lev, the heart. There's the neshama. And so if we're talking about all these ideas about the transformation that needs to happen to be the person that you want to be, to have the Avas Yisrael that you want to have, the love of the Jew, the passion for Torah, for seeing everything, we got to talk a little bit about the heart. It would seem only proper that if we understand the heart, that maybe we can understand love a little bit more. And it's interesting because when we talk about the heart, so it's often, you would think like, oh, it's just poetic to say that the heart is the seat of love. And it's been known and spoken about this way for thousands of years. But how do we know? And it's interesting, there's some sukkim that seem to talk about the emotions that are associated with heart. For example, we have in Tehillim, Arofei Shvorei Lev, that God heals the brokenhearted. Or you have, the first of all the things that you love God with is your heart, your lev. So it would seem that the lev is definitely a place where love happens. So let's think about this for a second. Let's talk about the lev. What do we know about it? There's a very, very interesting thing that the Sefer Halakach Ve'al Libuv asks. Rav Avram Shor has an amazing insight. He wants to know, Kasha Kaviyachol, that's a kasha, so to speak, on the Ribono Shalom, on the Eibush, the creator of the world. I don't understand something. If you look in Parshas Hazinu, when we see that the Torah was given to the world, what does it say? Mimino Eish Das Lamo. From God's right hand, the Torah was given. The fiery religion, Eish Das, the fiery Torah, was given to the Jewish people. Mimino, from his right hand. The right is very honored. It's the place in like Hashkafa and more deep mystical sources as the place of Chesed, where everything begins, where kindness extends. When we talk about mitzvahs, so the right hand has more kavod than the left. That's why when we shake the lulav, you put the lulav with the hadassim and the aravos in the right hand, and the esrog you put in the left hand. Because there's more mitzvahs on the right than the left, and we're supposed to honor the right side. We put on our right shoe first. In fact, when you shower, you're supposed to shower, clean your right side before your left. The head is the crown of the body, so that goes first, but you're supposed to do the right before the left. The right side is supposed to be the place for where we honor things. We give kavod. And then Hashem takes the most fundamental, basic part of the entire body, arguably one of three things that are critical for life at every moment. There's your lungs to breathe, there's your mind, and there's your heart to give you blood. Why would Hashem take the most important, one of the most three important organs in the world, or in your entire body, and put it leaning towards the left? Doesn't that seem backwards? Hashem's always honoring with the right, and we honor Hashem by putting the right side of our body before the left. And the Sefer Halakach Ve'al Libuv answers with something incredible. Listen to what he says. He says, if you think that the lev is yours to use to love yourself, and yes, you should love yourself, but if you think Hashem gave you the power of love in order to turn it inward and just think about you and to live a life that's self-centered, then you miss the whole thing. When you face another yid, then guess what? Your heart is on his right. And Hashem was teaching us something. The power of love is meant to be given out, to pour outward. We know from Rav Dessler, the famous treatise of Kuntras HaChesed, the Kuntras of kindness, the idea of giving. And he says, people misunderstand. They think that you give because you love. But really, it's the other way around. And I'm sure many of you have heard this idea, but it's worth thinking and tying it in over here. You love because you give. When you take a piece of yourself and you extend it outwards into another, there's now a piece of you that lives within them. And now you are more deeply connected to that other person and feel that. And that is what breeds love, breeds this like greatness, this connection. Because, you give a person a piece of advice and they take the advice and they run with it. And you're like, look at that. There's a piece of me there. Right? The Gemara says, Ner la'achas, ner la'mea. A candle for one is a candle for 100. When you light someone else's candle, you don't detract yourself at all. But that person's burning with the light that you gave them also. When you're able to take the gifts that are given to you, and your focus is to extend them outwards, to give a stamp onto the other person and let him run with the gift that you've given him for his whole life, then you could truly understand what the leiv is for. Hashem gave it to us as a gift for all of Klal Yisrael. Everyone else that you're facing, if you want, you could take that leiv and point it to their right. And by the way, when you're talking to Hashem and davening, the same thing. When you're talking to your Rav, when you're talking to a child, right? Like, there's so many times that we forget to think about what's on the other side of the conversation. And it's an amazing lesson. Forgive me for talking so slowly. I'm really trying to take this in too. It's an amazing lesson for life. And that's why we're here. We're here in this world. Olam chesed yibana. Hashem created the world for kindness. Kindness is to take from the blessings that you've been given and extend them outwards. Sometimes we don't even realize that we have the opportunity in front of us. And I want to give you a very sweet example right now, and then I'm going to let you go for Shabbos. We think about it in terms of, in terms of ruchnius, or in terms of like giving a person a gift. There's something that you can give to people that are around you all the time. That's the people in your home and your environment. Now, you don't even realize it. There's data that shows that if you work within 15 yards of a person who has high energy, who has a high performer, I believe it raises your performance somewhere between 15 to 20%. The number might be slightly wrong, but it's very significant. It might be more than that even. If you're around someone who has bad energy, who's being sluggish and not working, it on average brings other people around him down 30%. Because your internal push by yourself is not going to be as strong as the effect that another person's going to have on you. It's unbelievable. So when you're around other people, if you can muster up a bigger smile, if you can bring a little bit of energy, if you need to play a little bit of music just to pump yourself up, in order to do that, you should realize that just being happier, just smiling, just creating more energy is a blessing to all the people around. Being more productive is a blessing to the other people around. As you grow as a person and become better, it affects everyone around you. And if you think about it just in terms of yourself, so fine. So then you've grown. If you think about it in terms of everyone else around you, that your gift, that you're growing is for everyone. You want to get healthier, and then you have more energy for other people. You want to create a culture of reading in your house. You know that reading has an amazing, amazing effect on people also. I believe there's studies that show that it improves empathy. I think 68% growth potentially in stress reduction. There's crazy, crazy benefits from things like this. And if you grow in these small ways in your life and can affect other people through it and think about it, you use your leiv outwards, you point it towards them, then all of a sudden something that you're doing for yourself is changing everyone around you. You're sending these like vibes, these reverberations of happiness, of holiness, of kindness to the world around you. It's an amazing, amazing blessing that we have, that you can constantly be involved with chesed, even when you're focused on your own growth. It's a matter of the way that you're thinking. We're about to hit Erev Rosh Chodesh. We're about to hit Rosh Chodesh Av on Shabbos. And then we have 9 days. 9 days of remembering the hurt. Hashem's home being destroyed and being gone. And all of it rooted from the leiv being pointed inwards. From sinas chinam, from thinking about ourselves and not others. I bless you that you should be able to take the next few days and to grow, to take them with you. And may you have a Torah-filled day, a Torah-filled week, an Avas Yisrael-filled week, a Tefillah answered-filled week, and we should dance together by the Beis HaMikdash. Have a good Shabbos.